Hey, welcome to the 11th episode of 3-Minute Bible Bites. I hope you've found these encouraging as much as I've been encouraged by getting the chance to share these things with you. If you have any suggestions or comments, please feel free to leave those in whatever platform you're using to watch these bites. I will check them out and we'll see what we can do to incorporate some of those suggestions. This time specifically, we are in Exodus chapter 12. I've been preparing for our Easter services at Discover, and of course, in order to fully explain and fully understand the significance of Jesus as our Passover lamb, we need to go all the way back to Exodus. Specifically, we're in Exodus chapter 12. Now, to set this up quickly, the Hebrew people have seen plague after plague after plague come upon the Egyptians. The Egyptians who were, of course, the captors of the nation of Israel and the Hebrew people at that point. And Pharaoh has been resistant to setting the captives free at every turn. Now we find the 10th plague about to come upon the people of Egypt, and God has relayed to Moses the instructions for his people. Of course, he has told them to take a lamb, to slaughter that lamb, and to spread the blood of the lamb on their doorposts, thus causing the angel of death or the destroyer, depending on your translation, to pass over the Hebrew people and to keep them safe. Now, you can just read that, in fact, what we will here in just a moment, and not understand entirely the significance of what is happening. Let's talk about this. We're in chapter 12 of Exodus. This is verse 23, and I'll read 23 through 27. For the Lord will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he does, he will see the blood on the lintel and on the two doorposts. The Lord will pass over the door and will not allow the destroyer to come into your houses to smite you. And you shall observe this event as an ordinance for you and your children forever. When you enter the land which the Lord will give you as he has promised, you shall observe this rite. And when your children say to you, "What does this rite mean to you?" you shall say, "It is a Passover sacrifice to the Lord who passed over the houses of the sons of Israel in Egypt when he smote the Egyptians, but spared our homes." And the people bowed low and worshiped. Here's what is really cool to me about that. The thing that really struck me is this expectancy. Now, at this point, they had never seen anything like this happen. They hadn't participated in sacrifices like this before. That wouldn't come until later in Exodus when we find the Lord giving instructions to Moses. So they hadn't done anything like this before. And here they are told to essentially to bet your life to follow this rite, to follow this instruction, and the Lord will pass over you. Now, in the same sentence where Moses is outlining this instruction for them, this unusual thing for them to do, he says to them in the same breath, "You shall remember this moment. You shall celebrate this, and you shall tell your kids to celebrate this." This is an expectancy. This is, we haven't seen this ever happen before, but God said it would happen this way, and so we expect that it will. It's that hope and it's that expectancy that I think when we read the Bible, when we understand what it means for us in context for today as well as for the people thousands of years ago, unchanging, it's more clear than ever that God has always known what would come upon us, and he has always made a way. So no matter what it looks like, no matter how daunting the task ahead of us looks like, no matter what the road ahead looks like, we know that God has a path, and we can trust him that he does, and he will bring us through. How can we trust him? Because he says so. I look forward to the day very soon when we can celebrate the goodness of God and what he has delivered us from. Amen. Hope you guys enjoyed that. We'll see you next time.